on my chest.
Sometimes.
So I really didn't sleep.
Everything, but.
Anyway, like,
How much have we spent?
so yeah, much I know. Would have had
I
to.
have to check.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Covered under grant, so nice, you guys. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our regular council meeting for Monday, March 9th. Call meeting to order at 6:30, and I would ask that you stand if you're able for the national anthem. We would like to begin by respectfully acknowledging that the town of Shelburne resides within the traditional territory and ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, including the Ojibwe, Potawatomi, Chippewa, and the people of the Three Fires Confederacy. These traditional territories upon which we live, work, play, and learn rich Indigenous history and traditions, and it is with this statement we declare to honor and respect the past and present connection of Indigenous peoples with this land, its waterways, and resources. Are there any disclosures of community interests? Okay. All right, can I have a motion to approve our minutes from the February 23rd regular council meeting? By Councilor Fegan, second by Councilor Wagner. Discussion on those? In favor? Okay. Don't see anybody in the gallery for the question period. Nothing was submitted. Okay. All right, council inquiries. Councilor Donato.
I know at the time of year, and I mentioned it earlier prior to the meeting, we are having a lot of issues possibly with people not picking up their dog leftovers on yards and whatnot. And I'm wondering if by law can start patrolling a little more within the streets. And also on Canfield Walkway, there was a glass bottle smashed against the light post, and there's glass over there, and that's not good. As well as people.
Your worship, yeah, we could put a work order in for the class. I took a peek down there today. I didn't see anything, but I didn't want it myself, so yeah, I'm sure that we have work orders start in the morning for that. So. Yeah. Anything else, Councilor McCarthy?
Really, through you to our operations guy, Jim. Winter's over. It's pothole season. Just want to make sure we're ready to go.
Through your worship, yes, crews are started on that. They got orders last week that it's dried up, that sort of thing, to get to that. We're dealing with some water issues until today with the help that we had. But yeah, we are in the pothole season. Winter, it'll be back again yet, but yeah, today we'll be out doing performing full patching duties and that.
I was just gonna ask about line painting. Just joking.
That's pretty quick.
Joking.
She's got
Just joking.
Councilor Shardy.
And the other one, if we got any updates on our Scotiabank sign situation, I was by there on Saturday. Compared to McDonald's signage, it is at least twice the size it's on the McDonald's. And then also, off look right.
Do the mayor know that are based on that provided the last meeting, there's follow-up being completed and certainly ask for. See if we.
Councilor Bernardo.
Sorry, one more, the drains on the roads, leaves are blocking and water when it's coming up. And pools, especially around where the edges are roads. Maybe we clean off some of those leaves.
Through your worship, they are working their way through that, the more of the snow melts back on the curb and everything, and one of the sadness is. Yeah, but we'll note that tomorrow too as well.
Okay.
What else?
Parking lot, now right.
Councilor Bernardo.
Yeah, yes, the parking lot unfortunately is very difficult for employees, especially when we're coming towards council meetings and, when we have people that we, need to have here for council meetings. We need to do some situation, people are not respectful of the signs out there. It is a public parking lot right now, but maybe we need to do something to make it, more reasonable for people to be able to park in there. And I would ask staff maybe to come back with a report and how they can do that for us.
You mean the parking lot at town?
That municipal parking lot on the side here.
Okay.
Of the, yeah.
Everybody else is good? Okay. All right, so we'll move on to our first reports. Report from town engineer regarding Shelburne well number 1 upgrades. We have Connor here on behalf of SBA. Connor, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Just glad you could find a parking spot in here.
I found one. I was right on the edge, but I got one. Yeah, I can give a little bit of background about the well house there. So big thing is we're giving an update there so we can get rid of these contact tanks, which cause a lot of turbidity issues, which in turn aren't giving a level of treatable water from that. It's too dirty of the water. So the big main upgrade there is we're adding a contact loop with the water main loopings, taking out those tanks, which should fix that. And then we're replacing the UV, doing some electrical upgrades, minor HVAC in there as well. Yeah, getting that up to snuff. So I guess we did tender this December 11th before the new year, and it closed on February 12th. We received 7 bids, a good range from 1.5 million to 2.1 million. Lowest bid at 1.5 and change was from Avertex Utility Solutions, their local contractor out of Shelburne, first right out of Orangeville. We've worked with them on a few projects here in town as well. But yeah, their bid was right in line with excuse me, our engineering estimate. Yeah, so we're very happy to see that. So I was going to point that out too. Not only are they the lowest bidder, but worked with them lots in the past. Certainly, I have a lot of confidence.
Well, sorry, will that now bring this online with this, that we can have it use it?
Yes, your worship to Sir Nito. Yes, they'll bring it online. We're just clearing some final things up the MECP, but after construction is complete, it should be supplying to the town.
And that will give us more than adequate water supply for how long?
For a good another 20 years at least until something's upgraded as well.
It's all been, so we have no water issues, that's for sure. Just village.
Any other questions?
No, not really. I mean, I guess unless if somebody's gonna speak about the funding part of it, I guess, just for people who are watching.
just how we're funding this.
Do you want to touch on that, Carrie? Or Connor, go ahead.
Yeah, either or, and Gary, feel free to jump in, please, but, so we have about a 1.1 million funding carryover from the ICIP funding from our well three project. And then we previously discussed about 340,000 budget for the water main looping. And since we've now added more to this project, in addition to the looping, there's about a $79,786 that will be taken from the water reserve to this project. Well, that's up.
How does that,
Thank you.
how does that leave our reserve healthy still?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, we don't have an option, really, but it's still nice to know it's okay. Perfect. So
Everybody's
zero
good?
borrowing, I like that.
All right, so we need a motion to receive the report and to approve the project difference of $79,786.50, which, as we just heard, is going to be drawn from the water reserve, and an approval to award bid to Avertex Utility Solutions, Inc., so that the project may proceed to construction. Second for that, Councilor Donato, second by Councilor Bishardi. In favor? Carried. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Quick and easy. All right, the next report is our municipal bylaw enforcement year in review for 2025. Pretty standard form stuff, just reporting. Is there any questions sparked out of the report? Okay, I have a motion then to receive that for information. Egan, by Mayor Hall, in favor? Carried. And the next report is also from our Director of Legislative Services, and it is a proclamation and flag raising policy. So Jennifer, I'll let you speak to that one.
Sure. Thank you, through your worship. The purpose of this policy is to formalize the process for proclamation and flag raising requests. While the town regularly receives these requests, the process is managed administratively. The comprehensive consolidated policy in place. The town currently has a flag on file. It's attached to the report. However, it is administrative in nature and it is somewhat a little bit outdated. The draft policy establishes clear eligibility criteria, defines submission timelines, transparent review procedures through the clerk's office, authority for issuance of proclamations by the mayor, clear guidelines respecting specificity and benefit. In addition, restrictions to ensure requests are nonpartisan, non-commercial, non-religious. The draft policy also formalizes procedures for use of full card, including operational responsibilities and scheduling parameters. In addition, the policy clarifies the town's approach to have massive flags, confirming that we will follow federal direction, while also allowing local authority to recognize former members of council or others. Adoption of the policy will improve transparency and ensure consistency in the town.
Okay, so yeah, I read through it all. It sounds pretty good to me. No major questions here except just for the proclamations, for example, like because there was like the excluded area there, so Black History Month and stuff like that will still be considered eligible, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then because it was like cultural celebrations to be only recognized on Facebook and social media, but then under number 3 of the application process, it stated that it would will also be included in the council agenda and highlights. So I was kind of like, okay, so that should still mean that we can publicly,
Yes.
do those proclamations. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to kind of clarify that. Under the half-mast protocol, can I guess because it's ours, right? So could we add like service members, like Canadian, for the Canadian Forces? So like, for example, when we have someone who's passed away, for right now, if they're over in Iran or something like that, and they've passed away in the service, and then they're coming down the highway of heroes, I think we should sort of acknowledge that as well, within our town, because they might not be from the town, but they were fighting for all of Canada, right? They were over there for all of Canada. And then I was thinking local veterans as well. So I know we don't have a whole lot left from say like World War II or whatnot, but I'm sure that there's still veterans in the town that might have been in the Korean War or, you know, something like that. So I was just thinking, we may not know 100% if somebody passes away that is a local veteran, but if we do know, we should have it in our bylaw, I guess, to be able to lower the flag. And maybe, like you said, because under the half-mast, it did say that notification would be sent on Facebook and to council, so just so we know why it's at half-mast. That's an opportunity to maybe let the community know that, you know, a local veteran did pass, right? So if we could maybe add those, that would be awesome. And then just under the flag raising as well, under additional information, I would just like to add to that the town holds no liability to the condition of the flag that is provided to us. Because damage can occur if there's a storm, if there's if the flag isn't of high quality, and we get a lot of wind in Shelburne. So I just want to sort of add that it does say that they have to provide the flag, but I think we should be adding that the town holds no responsibility to the condition of the flag should it be damaged while in flight. Other than that, I think it's good.
Jennifer?
Through your worship, so going back to veterans and provincial
Just like Canadian forces.
Canadian forces,
Yeah.
I would consider that to be covered under provincial and federal.
Okay.
Within that.
That works there?
paragraph.
Okay,
And then it's also a discretionary at CAO, mayor, and staff.
perfect.
If there is a local veteran. Okay.
Okay, all right, I just wasn't sure, I know we were sort of trying to clarify things and really sort of setting it in paper, so I was just, wanted to make sure.
My take on it, I mean, the way I read it is generally speaking, we'll follow the federal, provincial government's lead on it.
Yeah.
But we have local flexibility if something happens more locally.
Perfect.
Whether it's an older veteran, obviously we're not gonna lower the flag in Ottawa
Yes,
if we're aware of it.
then we can do it, yeah,
Sorry. Jennifer.
Sorry, if I could just answer the last question. So when a flag raising request comes through the application process, there is that information in there that there's no guarantees the flag is approved
okay,
and it's original.
okay, all right. I mean, I know that it's on the application, I just sometimes like to see it sort of,
But they have to
Also
sign
in the
that
file.
application though.
We do.
yeah, so I guess that's binding then, at that point, okay, all right, that's okay.
Councilor Donato?
Under half-mast for the mayor, deputy mayor, member of council, or municipal employee passes away, former councillors and mayors, where would they fit in there? Would they be at the discretion of the mayor, or how do they work?
So it is included in there that flag on death of any of the current former mayor or council, the flag will be.
Right, page 5.
Yes. Yeah, because we've had in the past councils serving 29 years, I hate to see them not recognized. I think that's
Most of.
All right, anybody else? Okay. All right, so we need a motion to receive the report, adopt the policy, and pass a bylaw, which is bylaw 11/2026, to rescind old bylaw 52-2017. Councilor Pichardi, Councilor Fegan, favor? Sure. Okay. Any notices of motion? Communications. Anything there before we go on to close session?
Nope.
Okay, then a motion then to receive the items listed under communications as information. So Wagner. Deputy Mayor Hall, all in favor? Carried. All right, so that takes us to closed session. Can I have a motion pursuant to section 239 sub 2 of the Municipal Act, sub K, for council to move into closed session to discuss position, plan, procedure, criteria, or instruction to be applied to any negotiation carried on or to be carried on or by on behalf of the municipality and local board. Councilor Donato,
Sure.
Councilor Wagner, favor? Carried. the live streaming will shut off for a period of time before we come back and resume open session.
Fellas,